The hinge is stiff this morning.
The damp settles into the iron overnight.
Just needs a bit of coaxing. A village like this requires constant mending.
You always have oil in your pockets. It feels as though spring arrived overnight.
The frost finally gave up its hold.
I think the daffodils near the vicarage are already open.
We should walk that way, then.
The water is high today.
The snowmelt from the high hills always reaches us by Tuesday.
It carries everything away so quickly. I used to drop paper boats from this exact spot.
And how far down the stream did they usually make it? To be fair, the reeds have claimed many grand vessels over the years.
They say the wheel is running again this week.
It has a sound you feel in your boots before you hear it.
The wind comes straight off the current down here. You can smell the yeast from halfway down the lane. Oh, that is much better.
What catches your eye this morning?
The currant buns are still warm. Look at the steam.
We will take 2 of the warm ones, please. Best to eat them before the wind steals the warmth.
The air feels so much sharper now.
It always does, just after leaving a fire. It keeps the frost off the ground just enough.
Oh, they are still steaming.
Mind your fingers on the sticky sugar.
The baker truly outdid himself today.
The currants are particularly sweet this time of year.
And inevitably they end up everywhere.
Mr. Higgins is running late with the post today.
Shall we head toward the churchyard now?
The vicar's daffodils should be fully open by now.
The yew trees always make the air feel completely different over here.
I do not think anyone has oiled this hinge in a century.
Oh, just look at how many have bloomed since last week.
The vicar will be incredibly proud of this display on Sunday.
The blue glass always catches the eastern light so perfectly.
The frost has completely filled in the lettering on this one.
I think the moss is the only thing holding the shape of the date together.
Sometimes it is better to let the green take over completely.
The path to the vicar's vegetable patch should be clear of mud by now.
You can see all the way to the neighboring parish when the mist clears like this.
It makes the village feel so wonderfully small from up here.
Watch your step on the moss. The morning dew makes it incredibly slick.
He has already turned the soil for all the spring root vegetables.
The frost did not touch the early cabbage shoots at all this week.
I imagine he is keeping the seedlings warm under the glass until May.
It is a patient sort of work, tending to things before they even break the surface.
But it always rewards those who are truly willing to wait for it.
The rest of the parish seems to finally be waking up to the sun.
I can see Mrs. Gable already opening the heavy wooden shutters on the drapery shop.
We should head down before all the fresh cream is claimed for the morning. The horse is blowing thick steam into the air this morning.
She has not yet put away the heavy winter wools.
He has earned his oats pulling that cart up the high lane before dawn.
They have already scrubbed the front step with lye soap.
We are just in time before the morning rush empties the larder.
It is always wonderfully cold in here, no matter the season. The morning cream has already separated beautifully at the top of the glass.
One jar of the thickest you have this morning. Thank you. That is the last of the errands for the morning, I believe.
Now we can finally put the kettle on properly.
The square gets incredibly loud the moment the delivery carts begin to unload.
Oh, Mr. Barnaby has already claimed his patch of morning sunlight.
I am quite convinced he is the true mayor of this lane.
I can already taste the black tea just looking at the door. The house always feels so wonderfully still after a walk to the square.
I will put this straight into the larder while you check the stove.
Do you think the morning embers are still hot enough to catch?
The cast iron holds the heat incredibly well. It should just need a breath of air.
It is entirely empty. I will need to fetch the pitcher from the sink.
Hand me the brass poker. I will stir the embers while you fill that.
The water from the yard pump is still freezing cold this morning.
The core is still glowing red. We will not need to strike a match.
The pitcher holds far more weight than I ever expected to.
Now we just let the iron do the heavy lifting.
You can feel the heat radiating through the iron almost instantly.
The blue floral mugs always seem to hold the heat the longest.
The bergamot scent is still incredibly sharp after all these months.
I should find the small serrated knife for the sticky buns.
The iron is working quickly. It is already starting to sing.
I have found the small serrated knife hidden behind the wooden rolling pin.
Steam is still trapped beautifully inside the center of the dough.
The iron did not take long at all with those dry oak embers.
You can smell the bergamot bloom the second the water touches it.
We must give the leaves 3 full minutes before I pour the cold cream.
You can actually see the cold air spilling out over the terracotta tiles.
The plate will help keep the sugar from drawing ants if we leave crumbs behind.
Has the required 3 minutes finally passed for the tea leaves?
The color is absolutely perfect, a deep, rich copper.
It always looks like a tiny storm breaking apart in the cup.
Sitting down after a walk in the valley wind is always the best part of the morning.
The chair always feels terribly hard until the tea starts to warm you up.
The baker must have added extra nutmeg to the batch today. I can smell it from here.
It is incredibly soft inside, entirely different from the ones he made last Tuesday.
The condensation on the glass is already starting to melt away from the corners.
You have a visitor hoping for a spare crumb of the baker's work.
He is far too late. I have no intention of sharing a single bite.
The fire has finally taken the chill completely out of the floorboards. You should take this half. The baker has pressed all the extra currants into the center.
You are far too generous with the best parts of the morning. You were completely right. The nutmeg is wonderfully strong in the center.
And just like that, the robin has given up on us entirely.
We should probably clear these crumbs before Mr. Barnaby wanders in demanding his share.
Leave the mugs by the sink. I will pump some fresh water to soak them.
The kettle is still too hot to touch. The water inside should be perfect for washing up.
You are right. The copper handle is still giving off a tremendous amount of heat.
The painted blue petals on this one have hardly faded at all over the years. The hinge is heavily rusted from the winter damp, but it still swings outward beautifully.
You can already smell the damp earth from the vicar's turned soil drifting down the lane.
We should inspect the back garden before the midday sun dries the dew off the grass. The air back here is incredibly sharp. It completely wakes the lungs.
The dew is so incredibly thick it looks like a layer of frost from the doorway. The snowdrops have finally pushed entirely through the old autumn leaves.
I left water in the tin last night. I should empty it before the evening frost splits the seam.
The stone will be incredibly cold, but the sun is resting perfectly on this exact spot.